workers have one flu. Yes, they do.
She missed the memo.
I missed the memo.
It's okay. It's not the first time. I'm just kidding.
So on a more serious note, guys, I heard about a girl down in South Florida. Her name is Nubia, and she has a brother, Nubia Virahona, and basically, they found her on the side of the road inside of a truck.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And basically, DCF kept getting reports about her, and they kept wondering, what was going on with the girl. The school had kept reporting and saying that things were going on with her hygiene, and she came to school and basically was malnutrition. But DCF kept sending back the reports. I'm just wondering where did they drop the ball, and why did that keep happening?
I feel like that happens often.
It does.
It does.
I heard the same story similar to that, but it was with a girl who was like, she was autistic and she had like various other disabilities that her aunt didn't want custody over her, and the social worker still had not taken her out of that environment to the point that she ended up dying. Before she died, when she first was given to her aunt, she was 112 pounds and she died at 56 pounds.
Wow. 56 pounds.
Them babies gotta eat.
They have to eat. It just hurts my heart because I think about my son. It's too much. It's aching because where do we go wrong? Like, where do the schools go wrong where they don't see this happening? Where does DCF go wrong where they turn the cheek when it's supposed to be these kids, basically protectors? They have their own. They don't have a voice of their own.
I don't think kids get enough attention these days. I don't think they get enough attention from their parents, from schools, from DCF. Because I heard a story about an 8-month-old who starved to death.
Y'all better start feeding your kids.
He fed the baby applesauce in a course of like 2 days.
Out of everything, applesauce.
I'm saying a baby that's 8 months old, like, you don't have a voice of your own. So we look up to these big agencies to be able to go in and see what's going on and be able to protect. And if we can't rely on them, then who can we rely on?
Yeah. But you guys know what else has an effect on the social workers or the agencies not being able to report everything? It also starts back at home.
Right.
Whenever the children or whenever the parents are going through something, whether it's domestic violence or whether it's child abuse in the home, a lot of times if a social worker was to come, the father or the mother or whatever you have you, they will tell the children, don't tell them this, and they won't, so they don't break up their happy home. And that's what happened in something that I heard, and it was so sad. These 4 little kids, 3 boys and a girl, they were all shot in the head by their stepfather. And he had broken into their house at 2-3 a.m. in the morning. He shot the mother in the head first. He shot 4 of the kids and in the head as well, and they all died. And he also shot another kid, but he got shot in the neck and he lived. And as the stepfather was walking out, he shot himself because he seen the police.
This is sickening. Like, how often does this happen? And what can we do as a community to try to come together and change this? Because it's a pattern in Florida's DCF for them to miscommunicate, or because the thing about my child is that her case kept getting closed. Case after case, report after report, it kept getting closed. And I'm wondering why were these dots not drawn together to draw a big picture? It makes no sense.
And my child, even though she was with that cousin, there was an aunt in Kentucky who wanted rights over her, but the social workers and the state kept on denying the rights to her, while the aunt who lived in Kentucky, she had training with working with kids with disabilities. So all of that could have been prevented if they had just gave the rights to the aunt in Kentucky.
You know, I think all of this, even though we look up to these companies and we look up to DCF to do something about what's being done, as in harm, children being malnourished, I think we need to reach more into the homes of where these children are.
Into the communities. Into the communities. Yeah,
we need more parenting classes, more people are so stressed these days that maybe they're losing their mind with the kids, so they need to know when a time to relax.
So what's really gonna bring these parents into these classes? I mean, if they're busy, if they're stressed, if they're working all these times, all these long, hard hours, if you go to hospitals, they do give parenting classes, but ask them how many parents enroll. Not a lot. Not a lot at all.
I feel like they need to update training on like mental health specialists also, because there were like 2 psychologists involved in the case with the young girl, and both of them got arrested because they ignored the fact that something was going on in the house from the different times they had an assessment with her.
Wow. So it breaks my heart. It's heartbreaking, and it's really just a matter of what can we do moving forward as a community.